Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope you have a drink. I'm drinking some honey cinnamon salted coffee today, and we have a little visitor. Today we're going to be talking about my wish knits from the year 2026, all the things that I want to knit this year. I have a little bit of space up here because I'm going to be putting in photos and the yarns that I want to use. So what I like to use is Mila Note to make like my little vision boards, to make sure yarns go together. And so if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my Mila Note. So let's get started. So first things first, a disclaimer, I like petite knit. I know a lot of people think she's like boring or you're basic for using her. I also like a lot of neutral colors. I do like fun colors, but I think right now what I'm looking for is things that I can use every day. So the first thing we have is the Dagmar jacket. I love this jacket. When I was looking through patterns when I was like really in the beginning and I didn't know how to do squats, I saw the Dagmar jacket and I fell in love. A goal of mine this year is to spend less money on clothes and other things that I don't need and spend it more on yarn and knitwear and things that I enjoy, books, things like that. But that's besides the point. So my goal is to actually use some of the yarns that the pattern suggests. I know it's a lot of fun trying out yarns, finding different combinations, and we're going to be doing that with a couple of these patterns. But for some of them, I just like want to, how do I say, like give me that pleasure and that luxury of using the yarn from the pattern. So the pattern asks for Kjelholt triple, which I would use in the color Whit, which I assume is white, so 41 Whit. And I just want like a basic beige cream colored cardigan. The reason I want that is because I have this Uniqlo sweater, the souffle yarn one, but my personal goal is to use more natural yarns in the future. And so I kind of want to replace it with like a heavier, thicker, I think I would also knit a little bit longer, we'd have to see, with dark brown toggles from Go Handmade from the website Maschenfein, which is a German website. Because I think that cream white would look so good with like dark brown buttons or toggles. Next up, we have the Jeanette cardigan. I think this is just such a simple, nice sweater, and since the focus isn't going to be on the construction, I thought we would go with a really nice color. Right now I'm filming a video actually on my test knit, and it's kind of a similar color. And I now see that also both yarn names are actually the same name, but from different companies. So it's from Moreka Knit, and it's the Peruvian Ficolana in 222 Plum, and from Unling 10, the 008 Plum. And I think these colors, I'm just so in love with those dark, rich colors right now. I think those would just look really, really, really nice together. And maybe like make it more neutral because the Unling Plum looks more like a purpley plum with nice fuzz, but the plum from Ficolana is like reddish more, and I think those would go really well together. Another cardigan that I want to do, so there's 3 cardigans or jackets, I guess, is the Maggie cardigan from Petite Knit. Now, I think this would look so nice with maxi skirts or just putting over a dress with a short cap sleeve. I don't know if I'd wear it with jeans per se. I'd have to see how it looks on me. I think people with bigger busts, it might not be as pretty. With bigger busts, it might not be as pretty, but I would like to try it out. And this calls for Cardiff cashmere. Now, I really want to knit something with cashmere. I think this would be perfect because the softness with like a nice dress or a maxi skirt would be really pretty. I also put it in a little, I also put the yarn in checkout to see how much it would equate if I wanted to make a Maggie cardigan in my size. And price-wise, it's actually acceptable. So the colors that I would choose are, excuse me, my cat is playing. But the colors I would choose would either be the 543 jungle, which is like this beautiful olive green. The 643 cacao, which is like a dark brown, or keeping it basic with the 511 brown, which is more like a neutral brown. I'd really have to see. I like the dark gray in the picture, but I think gray really doesn't suit me. I think I'm more of like an autumn warm tone person. Excuse me. My cat threw down my pen. Yep. Then for sweaters, we have a couple of sweaters that I would like to make. I have been in love with the Lindgren sweater from Pernille Larsen, so from Knitting for Olive website. I do want to use a Knitting for Olive this year. I really want to try it. It looks amazing. I've heard really good things about it. But to keep it budget friendlier, because I obviously can't make all these things this year, especially for the price, would be using the Drops Big Merino. And on screen, you can see here, I have two color variations. So I'm thinking of either going with like an actual Pippi Longstocking color, which would be the blue and the red with the cream as a background, or keep doing the dark brown. And the colors here are 24, 27, and 06, or the brown being the 28. I think these colors will look so nice. I'm just not sure if the blue and the red really look good on me. Like I said, I think I'm more of a warm tone person, but it's something to consider, especially like if you look at the construction, this picture maybe doesn't show it off well enough, but it has like this scalloped rim on the sides. I like it when on the sides of their body, there's a little bit of slit. It gives me a little bit more figure, and I think that would look amazing. Next, from Teti Lutzak. I hope I'm saying all these names right. If I'm not, please correct me in the comments. But it's the Chunky Panacea. It is this beautiful collared sweater. I think it's just the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I love the color on the picture, but I think I'd go maybe for me a little bit more muted that I could use every day. And so I was thinking from Retosaria using the Matisse. I hope I'm saying it right, in 04. I think it's like this really beautiful color. Next to this right now, it kind of looks less orange, but it's like this more rust color. I haven't found, you have to hold it with another yarn. I haven't found one that I'm quite satisfied yet, but if you guys have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments. And I think it would just be like the yoke having that beautiful ruffle trim. I just think it has something so feminine about it. Next, we have from Other Loops, the Zoe Loop sweater, which I fell in love with because I love that contrasting yarn. I also think it's interesting because it doesn't have, it's not just stockinette. I don't know if you can see in the picture, but you should definitely look it up. It has this beautiful texture in it, and I would actually use the Isair yarns in the original colors from the photo. So just look it up. You can find the exact one she used. For the border, it's actually a boucle, and I think just black with beige goes so well together, and I think this would be amazing to knit. Then actually, I had all my sweaters and everything picked out for this video. And then I found from Moreka Knit, again, the Live sweater. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I love the slit. I love the sleeves. I also think this dark red color is beautiful, so I'd probably use that. But I also would like it in a cream or the nature color, which would be the cream 26 from La Mana, the Bergamo, or in nature 00. This is literally so beautiful. I think it would look nice with like a nice pair of trousers or like a nice satin skirt. Like this is just an elevated knit to me, and I think that's worth having in my wardrobe. And this is something I really, really want to make this year. Now, something that I cannot get out of my head as well is the meadow dress from Sandnes Garn. My website says guard. um, but it's beautiful. Wearing it over jeans and a t-shirt like in this picture, literally amazing. I'm obsessed with it. I love it in this green color, but I think for me, more practical would probably be in like a brown, like in the picture. So it is the Satiness yarn that I would be using. It is the Ballerina Chunky Mohair in 2573 Monk's Robe. So like I said, either the green or the brown, but I'm leaning more towards the like warm caramel brown. I think that looks so nice. But I just love the construction of it. I love that they throw it over a t-shirt and a pair of pants, but you can wear it like that. You can adjust the length to what you need. Like as someone with a long torso and short legs, that sounds amazing. So I'm really looking forward to making that this year. Next on our list, we have two tops. I guess two camisoles, two tops. The first one being from My Favorite Things, which is the camisole number 9. I have more neutral colors. This is the Knitting for Olive, which would be an undyed bark coal. I think having this as maybe like a staple just top to wear in the summer. I've heard really good things about the Knitting for Olive silk. It's supposed to be amazing. So I think like a neutral color to wear like a jeans jacket or something like that would be amazing. Something that's super important to me personally is the straps. I always wear a bra. I have a bigger bust. Like these beautiful, delicate, single, tiny little spaghetti strap tops just aren't going to work for me because I hate showing my bra strap when I wear a top. So I thought this might be perfect. Or the next top from Petite Knit, of course, which is the June Top Light. I have a couple of colors. I think that mustardy color sunflower or blue tip would be really beautiful, but also pea shoots in Hokkaido would be really beautiful, maybe like as more autumnal colors. But regardless, colors aside, I think this top is really beautiful. My only worry is on the pictures, the back looks super deep. And like I said, I don't like my bra to show. So that would be a really big concern of mine. I still have to look at a couple of pictures on Ravelry of bigger busted women wearing it. But that's kind of what I have planned, or something adjacent to that. It doesn't have to be that specific top. And last but not least is the Luna Bralette from Naked Knit. This is one of the most beautiful party tops I've ever seen. Now, talking about the bra strap from just a second ago, I think I would maybe use bust tape or something like that with pasties. Or I know there's bras where you can change the straps. I have one of those. I think that could work quite well. But I would be willing to sacrifice that for this top because I think it's so beautiful. Now the colors that I have chosen, which would be the Knitting for Olive Mohair and the color Wheat or Bordeaux with the matching color from Lang Yarns Paillettes, which would be Salmon Gold, the color 39.0028, or Wine Red, which is 39.0062. I think these colors would be so beautiful, like with a satin skirt. I also love the original color, which is this green, but I feel like that's just a very trend color right now, so I'm trying to stay away from it. I love the color. I think it's so beautiful. The olive green, like it's in everything. It's in the Moreka Knits Jeanette cardigan as well, but right now I'm trying to stay away from it because I'm scared that I'm gonna be seeing it so much that I'll be sick of it. So I'm trying to stay away from it. I also saw that Paillettes has this beautiful dark brown color, which I was also thinking about, but I just think dark brown is so hard to combine with other clothes. But I think this gold wheat color or this red Bordeaux could go really, really well with other colors. And so these are my plans for this year. Of course, I'm just excited to see what knit patterns come out. I'm hoping to find more indie knitters, knitting patterns that I could use this year. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to make all of this, but it's more just an inspiration to keep in mind. It's just also so fun going online and looking at all the patterns and everything that other people create. And so I also wanted to make a video about that this year. And there are also things obviously on my priority list, but these are the things that I'm hoping to get done this year and trying obviously new release patterns. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment down below what your wish lists are this year. And I hope that we all have a great 2026 together. See you soon.